In 2008, when Hull City travelled to Manchester for a Boxing Day clash against Man City, they found themselves 6th in the Premier League, while Man City found themselves in the relegation zone despite all of their newfound money. And that's probably the reason why Phil Brown was just so annoyed to see his team being battered 4-0 by half-time. The Man City stars of Vincent Kompany and Robinho completely destroyed the Tigers, and they didn't really do anything about it. However, Phil Brown did, and gathered his team for an on-pitch half-time team talk, which didn't really go to plan for him in the long term. After the team talk, they managed to win only one of the next 19 games and avoided relegation by the skin of their teeth. But on the positive side, we did get to see Jimmy Bullard hilariously replicate it, which was just magical. So anyway, here is the starting 11 from Phil Brown's famous on-pitch team talk. Bose Myhill. Myhill was one of the 4 Hull City players to start for the club in every division from League 2 right the way up to the Premier League. After joining the Tigers from Aston Villa, Myhill went on to play 277 games in around 7 years at the KCOM Stadium. He left Hull City following relegation in 2010 to join West Brom, and he's still there. Bernard Mendy. A former France international and PSG stalwart, Mendy actually left PSG to join Hull City in 2008. He was an exciting player, but it would be pretty fair to say that he was stronger going forward than he was at the back. He played at right back in the clash against Man City and played a total of 56 games for the Tigers. The 35-year-old is now playing in India for Chennai. Kamil Zayate. If Mendy was a little bit shaky at the back, Zayate was a downright liability. Still, he somehow managed to play over 50 games for the club and did impress sometimes. The 32-year-old Guinea international is currently out of contract after leaving Al Raid in the Saudi Professional League. Michael Turner. Like Zayate, Turner is also currently out of contract. However, unlike Zayate, Turner was as safe as houses for Hull City, winning the club's Player of the Year award in the 2007-2008 season and the 08 and 09 before moving to Sunderland. Since then, the towering centre-back, who was once on the fringes of the England squad, has seen his stock dramatically fall. He's had a handful of appearances on loan at Sheffield Wednesday last season, but is now out of contract and who knows where he's going to end up. Paul McShane. A back four containing Bernard Mendy, Kamil Zayate, alongside an out of position Paul McShane at left back, it's becoming easier to see how Hull got battered. McShane did have a few hard years at Hull City prior to Steve Bruce's arrival, but the experienced boss did manage to turn him into a pretty decently solid centre-back. The Irish international left the Tigers in 2015 and is currently at Reading. George Boateng. Although he started the game for Hull City, he was actually taken off after just 34 minutes and replaced by the inexperienced Nathan Doyle. Boateng and Brown have had a pretty shaky relationship ever since that substitution, and the former Borough and Netherlands man has now been one of Brown's biggest ever critics. Now aged 41, Boateng is serving as a technical director of Malaysian outfit Kelantan FC. Ian Ashby. A Hull City legend, Ashby is the only man in the history of English football to captain a team from the 4th tier right to the top tier. With every promotion, people would start writing him off, but he overcame a career-threatening injury to play more than 250 appearances for the Tigers. These days he's working alongside Curtis Woodhouse as an assistant at Bridlington Town and works in a luxury jewellers. Dean Marney. An industrious central midfielder, Marney joined Hull from Tottenham in 2006, where he'd spent 4 years with the club before making a £500,000 switch to Burnley. And the 33-year-old is still with the Premier League side, having played 221 games in 7 seasons for the Clarets. Giovanni. The key man at the top of Hull City's diamond was the former Barcelona man Giovanni. Ironically, he joined Hull from Man City on a free transfer, and despite having scored against his former club earlier in the season, he didn't manage to do it on this occasion. Gio retired in 2013 and has no further involvement in the professional game to date, so we don't really know what he's up to. Dean Windass. A local lad and 2008 playoff hero, Windass made a rare start for the Tigers in this season against Man City. The veteran centre-forward made just 5 appearances in total last season and played the last Football League game in 2009 for Darlington. Windass now works as an ambassador for Hull. Marlon King. King was actually really impressive during Hull's really fine form at the start of the season, but as so often is the case with a troubled forward, it quickly came crashing down. The former Jamaican international had stints with Coventry, Birmingham and Sheffield United, but seemingly retired following his most recent offence in 2014. And that's our team. Let us know which club or player you think that we should do next. Be sure to like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to us and check out our second channel, Footy Feed, for more great daily content.